Hello and welcome.
Good morning, everyone. Sorry, I have some issues with my videos, but welcome, everybody. My name is Sofia Moreno. I'm the Business Development Manager for Cambridge English Schools, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to this first exclusive Consejo Técnico webinar for our Cambridge English Schools. As you know, you're vital for Cambridge, Mexico, Cambridge Global, and we know the big objectives that you have, all the purposes that you serve, and your love and commitment to learning, to assessment, to truly giving students a real, loving, meaningful opportunity to prove their skills to the world, not only in English, but English as a purpose. So I'm very happy to give you a lot of information today. We're going to start with one of our rock stars here in Mexico's team, Rosalía Valero. Many of you know her. I've seen her before. She is truly I would say when we talk and we say assessment in Cambridge, everybody knows in Mexico that Rosalía is a big figure in everything about learning, assessment, and Cambridge. So Rosalía is a senior. Hello, how are you? Rosalía is a senior assessment services manager for English, Mexico, Central America, and the Caribbean. She works here in Mexico, and she's based in Mexico's office, and she has an MSc in teaching English from Aston University, in England. Her professional career started as an ELT teacher, then a trainer, coordinator, head of department, ELT manager, etc. And she, as I said, we are very, very lucky to have her. And thank you so much. Good morning, everybody. And Rosalía, all yours.
Thank you, Sophia, and thank you for that very nice welcome. Lovely words. Thank you. I'll do my best to keep up to what you have said about me. Hello, everyone. As Sophie has said, you truly are consentidos when it comes to our webinars and when we talk to people, to the Cambridge family, because you're a very special part of the Cambridge family. When I talked to you a bit ago, several weeks ago, I remember this was the panorama. We were still thinking the schools are still empty, but thousands and thousands of learners are on their way and they have arrived. So today we're going to be talking about important arrivals. That's going to be a theme. So let's look at our agenda, because I'm very excited about what we will be talking about today. Look at that and you will see. we're going to be thinking of what you, our lovely Cambridge English schools, do throughout the school year. There is an exam preparation journey, and I hope that for many, many of you, that's a familiar, usual term now to talk about the exam preparation journey. And we at Cambridge are here to help you. We're very happy to be here to support you, to be with you all along the way, each and every step of the way. We're going to be talking about packing your essentials. It's a journey, it's a trip, so you have to be ready to pack your essentials, take them with you and make the best use of them, as we know you do. We're going to be talking about words. If you know me, you know that I love words and I have a lot of questions about words, and I like working with words. I like telling you about words. I like exploring how to have serious fun with words. When it comes to learning, when it comes to teaching, when it comes to practicing, words are very powerful. Let's talk about words. And then something very important, and for you at the beginning of this school year, you have new learners, you have, as Sophie said, some technical problems today, but don't worry, we will overcome. Whatever happens, we will overcome. We will talk about special requirements, special considerations, and unexpected things, because unexpected things sometimes happen. But when we talk about unexpected things, it's really when the exams are happening. But right now, when you have your new learners in your new classrooms, we have to look at all our learners. And as you've heard me say before, we all have a place. So we have to take each and every one of our learners, your learners, into account. And then this will be a special Cambridge English School event, because I will be asking somebody who is essential to the life and the cycle of the Cambridge English Schools to come back and share the stage with me. And then, if time allows, we'll have our question and answer. So let's start planning the journey, because this is very important. Everything that deserves to be done deserves to be well done, my father used to say. So let's plan the journey. Our Cambridge Roadmap, and here I'm saying it's our Cambridge Roadmap 2.0. Okay, so we've talked about this before, you've seen it before, but guess what? At Cambridge, we're always listening to you, because we want to make sure that we create and we develop and we improve the best possible resources that can help you, your learners, their families, your institutions, to do the best you can to get to the best level you want to reach for your learners, so that their families can see what you're doing, what the school is achieving, what everybody in the Cambridge family is working on to get to your final destination for that school year in particular. So we've developed our Cambridge Roadmap. That's why we are happily saying it's our Cambridge Roadmap 2.0. Is this the final edition? I don't think so, because I know you and you're like me and you're always saying and thinking, how can these work better? I wonder if Cambridge could. And whenever that comes to your mind, I wonder if Cambridge could, you know who to go to, because you are in a Cambridge English School. You're a very special member of the Cambridge family. You talk to Sophie, and Sophie comes and talks to lots of different Cambridge people. And we say, yes, that's a very good idea. Let's make it happen. So the Cambridge Roadmap, if you have never heard about it, welcome to your first time looking at the Cambridge Roadmap. We're very proud of it. And we know that you have learned to love it because you find it so useful. The Cambridge Roadmap basically helps you plan your school year when it comes to English, to what you want to achieve with your learners from start to finish. And we would like you to start using it as soon as possible. So adopt it and then adapt it to your needs, because you will see, let me show you just the very beginning, because I'm sure that you have used it before, but this is a new phase. That's why I'm calling it the Roadmap 2.0. And here I'm showing you the version in Spanish because some of you want to have the version in Spanish, but you know, of course, that we have it in English and we have it in Spanish. So you see those beautiful QR codes? We heard you because you said, I think this would be more useful for me because we will be sharing it with you. Your centers will have it. Your centers have already got it. Your Cambridge Learning and Assessment Consultant has already got it, and they will be WhatsApping you this. So the moment you get it, the moment you can start working on it. So you will get the one in Spanish, the one in English, and you will learn to use it very quickly and you will learn to love it. So you will see it's the destination. We know where you want to go. You want to get to that Cambridge English exam, but we're starting. So we say, this is what we usually do at the beginning, at the start, at the onset of the journey. So let's start talking about it, okay? So that's the Cambridge English roadmap available to you so that you can share it with your colleagues and everybody can enjoy it and start using it, okay? But I said, remember, we are planning. This is the first part. And you're going to hear me say the word pack very soon, very, very, very soon throughout this webinar. So let's go to how we are helping you prepare this exciting exam preparation journey, because you're going to see we have thought about it. If you have heard us talk about the exam preparation journey, oh God, have I got exciting news for you. Our exam preparation journey is basically the curation that Cambridge did of the best possible resources we have created so far, plus new things, new resources, new things or improved things that you have used before, new things for you to start using and loving, right? And as always, we welcome your feedback. So start using them. Tell us what works. Tell us how you would like things to improve, and you can bet we will listen to you and we'll do our best to help you, always in the best possible way. 10 packs for this exam preparation journey that you will be following with your learners. And because you're a Cambridge English School, we know that you're excited about both the journey and the destination, and that you care about this important journey, but also, and most importantly, that you care about your learners and that you also care about their families, and you also care about how your institution can help. So the wonderful thing about the exam preparation journey, it's ready to use. You will see some new blogs, articles created by some of our very own Cambridge experts, right? This preparation journey has been tailored to where you get to go throughout your school year. So you will see each pack telling you exactly what it is about. Now, Cambridge English Schools, we usually see you. Primary schools, lower secondary schools, our lovely secundarias here in Mexico, and all the way up to upper secondary schools, what we call the prepas bachillerato, all right? But this pack, for all other school classes that you've got, it will take you at any level from A2, which you can see with a Cambridge English A2 Key for Schools exam or Key for Schools, all the way to Cambridge C2 proficiency level, okay? So let's have a look at this pack. All the different packs will help you. So 10 packs, if you are like me, you usually say, oh, this is nice. And then you don't necessarily go to pack number 1, even though it's the start of the new year and you're starting the journey. It's okay, because you are going to make these your own and you're going to use it at the time that is perfect for your institution, for your classes, for your learners, for your plan to get to that Cambridge exam with your learners, the best possible way, as I say. So today, and you will, as I say, we have a person we know you really enjoy listening to very much. we will be talking about this journey and how this year we're making it more exciting. So we're going to start the journey, and guess what? That journey is starting with you, has already started actually, but today we're very happy, and you're going to hear why we are so happy. Not only are we with you here today, but at 10:30, 30 minutes after we finish this wonderful session with you, and I say wonderful and I'm not being humble here, I say wonderful because I am here with you. Obviously, you're the ones that make these great and exciting. You will be hearing and you will be getting a link so that you can, if you haven't registered for that special journey, for that special series of events, you will get the link. So don't worry, you'll still have time for a concert break. After we finish this session, you'll still have time to get a new fresh cup of coffee or tea, whatever. And then we'll see you again. I'll see you again with some very special colleagues of mine at 10:30. But look at the different packs. We call them packs. You can talk, some people talk about levels, some people talk about stops throughout the journey. Call them any way you want. Just make them yours, get to know them and start using them. So starting the journey, this is what we're doing today. Starting at 10:30, we will be starting a very special journey. You yourselves have started with your learners, with their families, with your institutional authorities, colleagues, etc. Look at number 2. Being smart is always a good thing, right? But this time it's all uppercase, SMART, how to be smart. So you know we're using SMART as the acronym. We will be talking about that. You will be able to read and see important things about being smart when it comes to exam preparation in pack number 2. What do we need for our learners to do to get to their destination, which in this case is a Cambridge exam, in the best possible way? Well, they will not have you when they take the exam, right? They'll be on their own, not really, because you will be with them, but they will have to be autonomous. They will have to feel safe, protected, because you have been the guide, you have been the person that has been saying, this is the way, this is how you can do it, this is another way of doing this is what we should be looking at right now, etc., etc. Number 4 is maximizing materials. Everything, including the essentials that I will be reminding you of, I think in most cases it will be reminding you of these essentials today, will let you have a look at how some of my Cambridge colleagues look at them and use them, and will give you ideas. Mock test best practice. You heard me say it before, our mock test toolkits. That was an S. Our mock test toolkits have quickly become some of the favorite resources ever created by Cambridge. Again, a curation by Cambridge experts, in some cases by some of the people who actually created those resources, to take you to seeing how you can use the mock test toolkits in the best possible way. Okay, and then number 6 is very interesting, because when we say demonstrating progress, you of course are always the experts when it comes to your classroom, to what your learners have been achieving, are doing, may need a little bit of extra support, help from you to get to where you want them to get, etc. So what about their families? Because they will want to know about how their kids are doing, right? If you are like me, a parent, and you know what a journey that is, it's a different journey, right? It's one that is actually longer than preparing our learners for an exam. Being a parent, a mother, a father, It's interesting, it's exciting, it's brilliant, it's fascinating, it's agony and ecstasies a little bit of the time. I'd like to think a little bit of agony and a lot of ecstasy, but life is life. And yes, parents want to know how their kids are doing. We know that. How do we talk to families? How do we let them know in simple terms? Because let's face it, we love what we do. So we love talking about teaching, listening about teaching, learning, assessment, etc. But sometimes we have to remember when we talk to, let's use the word normal people, meaning people who are not doing what we love doing, being ELT practitioners like you, me, all of us here, right? So how do we have those important conversations? Those are important conversations. So we'll talk about that too. Feedback moments, also very important, because just let me get attention from a colleague here. You know, technology, we have to make sure everything works. So feedback moments, this is when we are talking to our learners, when we need to let them know, this is what you have been doing so far here in the classroom. Remember, there were things you had to do at home, something we like to call homework. Somebody might say, I hate that word. Some people find it very helpful because it supports them, right? So feedback moments, feedback is important. And we can say a lot about how to make feedback successful. So we'll help you there too. We have seen what works, we have seen what we should be doing, and we will share it with you. But always, all the time, building confidence. And believe me when I tell you, it's building confidence. And who do you think of when you see the title of that pack, Building Confidence? Because I hope you, like me, like us at Cambridge, is building our own confidence. Because sometimes we ELT practitioners sort of have, in those moments of reflection that are so important, we say, am I doing the right thing? I don't think this was as successful as I thought it was going to be. What should I do? How can I do it better? How should I go back and do this better? How about your learners' confidence? And how about their families' confidence? How about your own institutional colleagues' confidence, right? Confidence is important. Self-confidence, absolutely essential. Help us. Let us share ideas and things that might prove useful in your case. And then when you know, your learners know, their families know, when everybody knows that the day of the exam is coming, you want to make sure that everybody, and that means everybody. Remember, I talk about building confidence, yourselves, your learners, your families, your institutional colleagues. Is everybody exam day ready? Exam day. Lots of important things to consider. And these are important conversations, again, where families need to have a place because it's a very important place. And then, oh, the day they've taken their exam. So how do we understand those results? How do we make sure our learners understand the results? In the case of very young learners, how do we make sure that their families understand those results? And then how do we celebrate? Because celebration is very nice, isn't it? So celebration, think about that word. We're going to mention it again. Planning made easier. This is what the exam preparation journey packs are. This is their goal, to give you possible planning that you can start using right away and get the best way for you to be able to pack the essentials. So let's talk about some of those essentials, okay? I know that in some cases you remember these essentials better than me. And I'm very happy when I see that in action. So let's look at some of those. And look, this was not my idea to call them exam essentials, because it's not just me, it's not just my academic colleagues here in Mexico, it's everybody around the world. It's actually the people who created them. I'm very happy. I've always said that I work at Cambridge because I get to meet very interesting people like you. I love meeting you in person. I love seeing faces I have known for several years, and I love meeting new people. And by the way, Sophie and I are having a very interesting conversations about visiting you, some of you at least, this year. Again, I will be visiting some Cambridge English schools, and I can tell you I'm excited. So we'll be sharing some of those destinations for me, Cambridge English School destinations, later in the year as plans come through, and I'm already looking forward to that. So look at this list of exam essentials. That's what we call it. Remember, you're getting all the links for this, right? I'm going to show you some of those exam essentials we will be talking about, I will be referring to, but know that you will be getting all the list of links from Sophie. She's going to come back to tell you how to get your important certificate of participation, of attendance, right, regarding this event. But then later, days later, you will be getting thank you for coming to our webinar email, and you will see those links. You don't have to go and visit all of them at the same time. You will know when to go, because as I said, we're here to guide you. So what are some of these things? Official Cambridge English preparation materials. If you need them, you know what they are. If you need to know more about them specifically, you know that we have our group of academics ready to help you the best possible way. Vocabulary lists. Oh, so important. Here it only says vocabulary list because I decided to go to a sort of neutral level exam. I'm talking about Cambridge B1 preliminary level. So I went to this one. But you know, we have word lists, vocabulary lists for all the young learners exams. We have one. Then for the CEQs, or Cambridge English Qualifications, we have one for A2. We have one for preliminary. When it comes to B2, when we talk about Cambridge English, B2 first, you know that it's the whole lexical universe that our learners are starting to reach, are getting familiar with. And it's so vast. Think of the universe. Well, this is a lexical universe. There isn't a list for that, but there will still be lots of ideas on how to make the most of vocabulary learning, teaching, practicing, and assessing, okay? Sample tests, we all like that. That's why we created the exam test toolkits, right? The mock test toolkits. But know that you have your sample test. And now that more and more of you are using our Cambridge English Qualifications digital, there's also a sample test if your learners rather are going to be taking the digital version, okay? So that's something to look forward to. If you've never seen it, you will be able to go and see it in action. How to convert practice test scores, because you want to know, we use a Cambridge English scale, but there's also obviously the Common European Framework of Reference, right? And you want to make sure that when you get the results, you can understand, you can support your students. And as I said, the younger your learners, you also want to be able to explain to families. Digital exam information is one of our newest additions because, as I said, some of you have already started registering students rather for our digital exam versions. So we want you to feel the best possible way, and we want your learners to get used to this new way of being assessed, okay? What to expect on exam day? As I said, important conversations, important information for you, for your learners, the families, and the institutional authorities as well. And then speaking test videos with examiner comments, because this is one of the big mysteries, many people say, but it doesn't need to be a mystery. because we have lots of videos, and we have videos that you can see. Some are for you, just for you. Some are for you to share with your learners, okay? Some are for you, and some of those you can also tell the families, right? This is what they will see, right? Because you know there are differences if you are used to teaching young learners, but if you also prepare students for the Cambridge English Qualifications starting from A2, you know there are differences, so we want you to feel sure. Look at the next thing I'm sharing with you, which is specifically about exam day tips, right? Let's look at that. Exam day tips. We have some great tips. Something that we think you would like to see first yourself, and then things that you would like to share. So we have exam day tips specifically for computer-based exams, what we call now our Cambridge English Qualifications Digital, but you have specific, your school still taking exams, what we call paper-based exams. We also have a specific set of tips for those cases, right? But also, you know that when the speaking test comes, it's a different kind of setting, and that in many, many cases, it's that the speaking paper will not be happening necessarily on the same day. So we have what you can see. Let's look at a bit here. What to bring to the exam. I know you're not surprised when I tell you. I mean, I have to remind my learners, please don't take your course book, don't take your dictionary. And when I was inspecting exam sessions, I could still see lots of dictionaries, lots of course books, lots of notebooks. No, that's not a requirement. That's not welcome. What they have to take, not for young learners, but you will know that from your center, they will remind you, you will have to know in most cases, everybody in secondary schools, right? Upper secondary schools, all people taking adult exams, you have to be able to identify yourself, right? For young learners, we don't want them to feel intimidated. Also, an important message that your center will be sharing with you. Pens and pencils with eraser, right? Now, food and drink. No, we don't want to see fizzy drinks. We don't want to see juice. We don't want to see. You will know, you already know, they should know, families should know what kind of drinks they can bring, right? And we know that we have, you've heard me say special circumstances. We're going to talk a little bit about that. We know that there are some cases where people need to have a little bit of food sometimes because of a special health situation, right? We need to know, your center needs to know, right? So the sooner, the earlier we know, the better for everyone. You cannot bring your bag to your desk. Mobile phones, smart watches, right? There's a list of, yes, you can bring these, you should bring these. There's a you must bring these. There's a list of, no, please don't, okay? But let's go to more teacher essentials. As you can see, on the next one, I said teacher guides, handbooks for teachers. I'm not spending a lot of time on because I'm assuming that you know where to find it, but don't worry, we will also be sharing a link where you can go and look for specific handbooks if this is your first time preparing learners for a specific exam. Lesson plans, did you know that we have created specific lesson plans to help you depending on the level of the exam that you are preparing your learners for? But teacher guides, look at the range, okay? Developing listening skills, developing reading skills, developing writing, all of those guides, and a writing checklist. Look at the next one where you will see some nice visuals, and these visuals will let you know what you can find. Have you actually seen these guides? I cannot see your yeses or nos, but it's important because Sophie is looking at all those yeses or no's. So whenever I ask you a question, feel free to answer yes or no, because then it helps us. It helps us, right? So it's very important. Teacher guides, for example, these ones I'm showing you for the assessment of writing. All the guides are designed specifically for you, and we've worked very closely on them for the last months. So we're very happy to be sharing them with you. These are best shared digitally because then you can use so many hyperlinks that you find there, right? So you will be getting links for that. And look at more. Mock test toolkit. Yes, we know many of you have come to a session about using the mock test toolkit. But if you haven't, tell your coordinator so that all coordinators can contact Sophie and say, I think we need more sessions. We need another session on how to make the best of the mock test toolkit, and we'll be happy to oblige, right? Posters and classroom activities. I'm going to be showing you some of that. Vocabulary booklets. Very interesting. Lots of fun things to do. Classroom warmers booklet. I tell you, I could spend at least 2-3 hours on each and every one of these essentials I've been mentioning. But guess what? My essentials, not your essentials. You need to know. Supporting learners with dyslexia. I'm very proud that we created that not too long ago. And I'm very proud that here in Mexico, we have one of the best CLT practitioners, not just in Mexico, he's the best in Mexico, not just in Americas, in the world, who can talk about these things with conviction because he has really studied a lot about them. Our very own Brad Bottenheimer, you all Cambridge English schools know Brad. He is the person to listen to when it comes to different abilities, right? You know, of course, our teacher webinars, and we will be coming very soon. You will be getting WhatsAppables telling you about new webinars coming your way and the best, easiest way for you to register to those webinars. And of course, our Facebook, our Meta page, right? So, mock test toolkit. I'm not going to mention these a lot because you've heard about it. If you need a session because you've never used it, please talk to us. But look at the next one. Posters. I'm showing you here the digital versions because you all get to see the digital versions. Do you want to print? You will print that. You know that here at Cambridge, we try not to print so much anymore because we're thinking of our planet, okay? So you decide what you want to do because you get the links to the digital source for the posters, right? And look at those lovely collections of words. But look at the next slide and see why we love them. Because the next slide is showing you part of the activity booklet with each poster. Yes, you can see we have things for B1 level, things for A2 level. We go all the way to first, yes, to B2. Look at the next slide. This is where I'm telling you, we tell you how to use the booklet, which specific posters that booklet is referring to, and look at the contents, lots of different things you have to take into account, things you can do because, and look at the next one, as I said, for different levels, you have the vocabulary booklets. Just download the ones that you need, okay? Look at the next slide and see something slightly different. 3 B2 First for Schools posters with 3 booklets of activities, one for each one of those posters. Isn't that special? And when it comes to special, let's talk about something that is very important for Cambridge because we know you and you know your learners. So let's look at the special thing I want to share with you because it's special requirements, special considerations. When it comes to our learners, we all come in different places, right? We all have a place here at Cambridge, and we know at your school too, we all have a place. We know you have learners, maybe not every year, depending on your on the nature, what kind of school you have, but you know that there are learners who are very good learners, but We all are different, yet we should all have a place. We take care of this, right? The disability or the special requirement may be temporary or long-term. We don't know, but you do know. And it can be visual difficulties. Look at me. I need to wear my glasses, but I can see, I can read, etc. But sometimes we have people who haven't got the ability to see. We have things that can help them. We can get, provided your center knows well in advance, we can provide a Braille version for certain exams. You need to know which ones, your center needs to know which ones, right? So visual difficulties, we can take care of that. It might be that they need a larger font, but we need to know as early as possible. Yes, you've only just started. Yes, probably they will be taking their exam in January or March or May or June or July. Let your center know as soon as possible, please. When it comes to hearing or speaking difficulties, and again, sometimes some of you have heard me say, one of the times I really cried because I was so happy that we at Cambridge could help make this happen was when a learner at the 3rd grade of lower secondary school, secundaria, was ready to take Cambridge C1 Advanced. And we were told by the school, by this preparation center at Cambridge English School years ago, our learner, I'm not going to mention her name, but I remember her and I will always remember her, cannot hear. But she's one of our best students and she really wants to take the exam. Please, Cambridge, can you make it happen? And guess what? We did. And she got an A. So, sorry, talk to us. Look at the next one. Dyslexia. We're very happy that we have this resource now. And it's about how to support especially young learners. But let's see if I can get to say things that make me very, very happy now. But this is important. That's why I wanted to share this with you. The next one, let me have a bit of water. All words. Words, words, words. And yes, I'm going to get very happy because as you will see in the next slide, here comes monkey. Our Cambridge English schools, remember that you had monkey when we gave plaques not too long ago, our very special Cambridge English plaques. You were there at the embassy with us. We were so happy. Everybody was getting their plaques, right? Because monkey is there whenever our young learners' English tests are used, required, adopted, loved, etc., right? So here you can see monkey with a pre-A1 starters word list picture book. We also have resources that can be shared with families because there's a very important question in the world. Do you speak English? Can you speak English? And when the answer is a big yes, we want you to be able to show the best proof your learners can have, which is a successful Cambridge certificate for the exam that you are helping them get ready for. As you can see, we want to talk about these very important things that make us happy, things that make your learners happy, you happy, the families happy. Because you will remember, if we look at the next slide, this is something I showed you some weeks ago. And I say, ooh, something is coming, and it's something very nice. But now I'm showing you this one because something great has arrived. And with this, I'm asking Sophie, please come back because you have a very special place in all our Cambridge English School hearts. So please come back and share the stage with me because now we want you to remind everyone of something very important you shared with them a few days ago, just a few days ago. So over to you, Sophie.
Thank you so much, Rosalía. Thank God I don't have any makeup because tears came out just with you, with sharing that amazing experience. And I'm sure you teachers have seen so many tear-dropping situations, scenarios, stories of success, of love, and how truly, and I'm saying this with from the bottom of my heart, is that how a Cambridge exam can change someone's life. And I've seen it and I've cried, and I'm sure you see it day by day. And that's the magic. And you're at the center of that magic. And for that, we're here to celebrate you. Let me know if now you can see my screen, Rosalia.
We are getting there. We're sharing. Sophie will now be sharing the screen. Yes?
Perfect.
Can we see it? Yes, we can.
Thank you so much. So, as Rosalia said last Friday, we presented this amazing new benefit for all you Cambridge English schools because we know the hard work. We want to show you our appreciation on how year by year you take on all the objectives, all the challenges, all that being a Cambridge English school conveys. Because remember, you're so different in so many ways. You Cambridge English schools are open to teachers being observed by our academics, to listen to our suggestions, to keep on learning and learning and learning, becoming better educators, because we know how demanding our globalized world is today, what our students will be facing in the real world, and how English can be the tool for that. How can they become global citizens, but with a positive purpose? And for that, we want to celebrate you guys, you teachers. So I'm sure many of your coordinators have shared this with you, but we didn't want to lose the opportunity to have more than 100 teachers logged in today. That's very happy news to see how many of you are logged in today. So let's start. The information is in Spanish, but I'll keep on saying it in English. So celebrating success, it's, as I said, a new benefit for the program. We're launching it this year and we're very, very happy. And as you can see at the bottom of the slide, we have 3 logos, 3 organizations. We have Cambridge, obviously the best organization in the world, the best university, the best learning materials, the best assessment, our qualifications, and then we have British Airways and the British Embassy in Mexico. So what is it? It's a campaign presented by, as I said, those 3 organizations. And let's start with the happy news, awards. This is for teachers. This is a contest, an opportunity for teachers. Again, teachers, because we want to celebrate your success, all that you do year by year, day by day, week by week in giving your students all your commitment and your amazing teaching strategy. So the prize is an all-paid trip to the UK for 1 week for you and your coordinator, okay? This will happen in July 2026 because some people may say, why? Because this contest is for the year long, this school year. And the best time to go to the UK is in summer because after that it's rain, it's cold. So the best time is in summer. That's why this 24-25 school year, you teachers will participate and the winners will go in July 2026. So who wants to go? Who wants to go? We have more prizes because it's not about one thing. We went crazy with it. Our second prize is that we're going to have an awarding ceremony in the UK embassy here in Mexico. That's amazing. Imagine getting an award in the embassy with everybody to see Mexico's watching you and that you've been awarded as the best teacher, okay? So that's going to happen in September 2025. We're going to have media coverage and it's going to be amazing. We have more prizes. We in your school imagine that you won the contest, so we're going to go to your school and have a group photo with the group that you worked and a diploma for all your students. That's going to happen in the school year 2025-2026. And this is something, the next point that I'm sure all you coordinators and the school owners and principals will love. And this is a little bit, let's, to erase any window of confusion. So let's say I'm Sophia, and I decide to enter to the Celebrating Success contest. So I enroll and I'm teaching in 4th grade in Group A. That's the group that I decided to participate with, okay? Again, students are not participating, but I'm going to talk about and communicate and paste it in what I'm going to explain later, the journal. How am I working with that 4th grade A, okay? So 2024, the school year, I do all the activities, blah, blah, blah. I submit my journal and blum, I'm the winner. The next bullet is that on the 2025-26 school year, because I've won the award, I went to Mexico City to get my award in the UK embassy. My 4A that are now in 5th grade will be given a diploma and we're gonna take a nice picture. But in 2025, if I still keep teaching in 4th grade, the ones that come in that grade, meaning the students are now in 3rd grade, let's pretend, those students won't pay their Cambridge English Schools bundle, meaning their books and the exams that will be provided by us. So that's another prize. And I'm sure everybody's gonna love that because again, it's a reward for you, teacher, okay? But again, if you have any questions or comments, you can ask your coordinator and he or she will ask me, okay? So aren't the prize amazing? Let's see what you say in the chat. Are you excited? Nobody? Oh, they're not excited? Really?
I think they've gone quiet. They're so excited, Sophie.
Yeah, they fell off their couches. Yes, it's so amazing. So we have 4 prizes. A trip for you, teacher, and your coordinator to the UK, 1 week, everything paid. Then we have a awarding ceremony here in Mexico City at the embassy. We have a picture of your group that you worked with and a diploma for them. And free bundles for that group that you decided to enroll. Okay, so let's take a look at some important dates that you need to consider. You're going to get an invitation from Cambridge that happened last week and it's happening now. Okay, you're gonna make a pre-registration because our site is not ready yet. So you're gonna, in a QR that I'm going to show just now after this, you're going to pre-enroll, okay? You have all of October to decide if you want to participate or not. After October 21st, no one else can enroll. So talk to your coordinator, think, reflect. Hopefully we're going to have every single teacher for every single Cambridge English School participating. I'm sure of this. Once you've finalized your registration, you're going to get a journal format. That's where you're going to complete, reflect. There's no rush. If you finish early, more points, no. Think on it, reflection, be creative, etc. So you're going to write down all the information of the group you decided to be your group, your students will not participate directly, but all the work that you do with them, you're going to showcase it on the journal, okay? We've prepped for this because we want to keep on giving you amazing tools. We have set 11 webinars called Success Academy that Miss Rosalía will lead. And actually, we start today at 10 a.m., 10:30 a.m. And the link is being shared on the chat to register and to access to this the first Success Academy webinar. And as I said, we have 11. Thing important to clarify. If you cannot attend the webinars, it's okay. It's if you access to all of them, it doesn't mean that you're going to have more points. No. The idea of the Success Academy webinars is because we want to keep on giving you tools and ideas that you can apply to your group and then report to in your journal, okay?
Sophie, can I just say, we have shared the link now. There's still time. This is happening at 10:30. Somebody from the British Embassy has actually arrived at the Cambridge office and will be with us for this first webinar today. So use the link. Let's keep on listening to Sophie first. We will finish in about 5 minutes, but yes, please register. If you haven't done so, register. Thank you.
Thank you. So another important date to consider is that your journal should be uploaded as far as June 15th. That's the due date of uploading your journal. So as you see, if I finished it in March, do I get extra points? No, this is about, again, reflection, creativity, giving your shout out to the journal, etc. And just as I said, showcasing what the amazing job that you do every year. Another thing that it's important, we're going to announce the winners on August 2025. That awarding ceremony at the embassy will be on September 2025. The winners of will take their trip on July 2026. And we're going to obviously scream and shout in all Mexico's medias, most important medias and outlets to show who the winners are, because we need to scream this to our Mexico's community. Important. Who can participate? As I said, this is for teachers, but my dear coordinators, we know that you do amazing tricks, amazing things. You're rushing, going up and down, and you are who helps teachers become their best version. So that's why, as you saw on the trip, once I, Sophia, registered to Celebrate Success, I need to add the name of my coordinator, because if I win and Rosalía is my coordinator, she will come along with me to the trip. Okay? So again, this is about teachers. Coordinators should not register and they will not participate directly. But another thing to consider,
should support teachers.
Exactly. But one important thing is that because this is focused on exam preparation, only teachers in certifying grades are eligible to participate, meaning most of you, 2nd, 4th, and 6th grade in primary, 3rd grade in secondary, and 3rd grade in upper secondary or junior high. Okay? Yesterday, I got a question from a teacher that said, now I'm as the coordinator of primary, but years before, 10 years, I've been preparing students for movers. Can I participate? The answer is no. Now is that teacher will participate indirectly as the coordinator, but only teachers in those certifying grades can participate. And that's very important to have clear. But don't worry, teachers who are not in certifying grades, hopefully talk to you. Bet on your professional development. So your coordinator, okay, next year we'll put you on a certifying grade because etc. etc. So that's the idea. This is so great because help us everybody become better. Okay.
Sophie,
So
we're coming
yes,
sadly to the end. We've got 1
yes,
minute, and I know
yes,
you want to share that link to take them to their certificate of participation at this webinar.
yes. So if you have any questions, please talk to your coordinator, and they have a direct line with me. They have my phone number, they have my email. So if you have any questions, don't worry. We'll clarify them for you. I'm going to skip this. This is how you pre-register for the Celebrating Success. I'm going to skip that because your coordinators already have this, and I will share them with them again. Laura is posting the link to register to access directly to our 10:30 first Success Academy webinar. And sorry. Oh, where is it? I lost it. Give me 1 second. There you go. And
we've come to the end. Sadly, it's always time, isn't it, Sophie?
there you go. Please take a quick scan, and I'll send it to teachers too. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Lovely having you here. Hopefully, I will be seeing many, many, many of you in 30 minutes' time. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.